Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Wednesday, the 16th day of March, 2022. I hope you are healthy and safe today. I hope that you and your family are also healthy and safe in your household, and that the needs of your family and household in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met. That's not always the case in many households. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field and the first responders, trying every day to save lives, and those that pick up garbage for us to keep streets, sidewalks, and highways clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience, oftentimes for tips. Double blessings upon those that are trying to rescue, the men and women that are trying on a daily basis to rescue and deliver the victims of human sex trafficking, sex slavery, child molestation, pedophilia, prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, and to arrest and convict the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts, and curses upon those that traffic in this human misery. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. Nearly 600,000 men, women, and children in the United States right now, along with the victims of the previous point I made in terms of the perpetrators, the victims of the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts that exist in all 50 states in the United States. There are also homeless in nearly all 50 states in the United States, and blessings upon them. And those that are the millions around the world like them, for theirs is the kingdom. There's going to be a basketball game tonight. The New York Knicks are going to be taking on the Portland Trail Blazers at home today. Okay, I don't want to curse the Knicks, but this is a game they put it this way. Portland is playing really bad right now, and they're missing some key pieces, and they were really dependent on Anthony Simons for when in the absence of Damian Lillard, but now he's hurt. As a matter of fact, let me take a look at the last couple of games he's been hurt, and so that's really messed up Portland in terms of on court wins. They're 3-7 in the last 10. Look, I'm just gonna say tonight the Knicks. It should not, put it this way, it should not matter who the Knicks start at point guard tonight. It should not matter. It could be Alec Burks. It could be Emmanuel Quickly, the gunner. It could be Deuce McBride. It could be Ryan Arcidiacono. It could be Mitchell Robinson. It doesn't matter. They should win this game tonight against Portland. They really should win this game tonight against Portland because, like I said, Eric Bledsoe's out. Justice Winslow's out. Well, he's always out. Anthony Simons is out. Damian Lillard, of course. I don't know why they mentioned Joe Ingles. Oh, that's right. They did trade Joe Ingles, even though he's not played. Utah traded him. Yusuf Nurkic is out. Cody Zeller is out. Nasir Little is out. The Knicks should win this game tonight. I don't care who. The Knicks should win this game tonight. Okay. Now, yesterday, Thibodeau was being stubborn as usual. And one of the things that's driving me and a lot of you guys crazy about Tom Thibodeau, aside from the stupid rotations, aside from his refusal to make adjustments and keep saying we got to get better and doing the same thing. Aside from that, yesterday, he uttered what's becoming very sickening to me. He uttered, they have to earn their minutes. That's the way it's done around here. Let's just go through a quick receipt list. When did Alec Burks earn his minutes? Playing 30 plus minutes a game at point guard. When did he earn that in a team that's 28-40? I don't know. Do you? When did Emmanuel Quickly earn his minutes, who has been shooting horribly most of the year for the Knicks? And every time he hits a three, Tibbs highlights it like it's the biggest shot. We're 28-40. When did these people earn their minutes? I don't know. Do you? Because I ain't seen them earn anything. You would think, okay, maybe they earned it in practice. But from all reports, all of the Knicks practice daily and practice hard. From all reports, all of the young players have a special group that come in early. All of them. So who hasn't earned minutes? And so he keeps saying you have to earn minutes. And what the question was in response to, what about some of the younger players? Now that you're out of playoff contention, what about some of the younger players? What about, and they mentioned, I don't know who asked the question, but they mentioned specifically, what about Jericho? What about Deuce getting some time at the point guard? Well, they have to earn their minutes. That's the way it's done around here. So when didn't Deuce earn his minutes? Scoring 30 a game in the G League? Working hard in practice? When did he not earn his minutes? He's part of the early group that comes in early and practices. Works on his game. I don't know when he didn't earn his minutes. So I was fed up yesterday. When I heard that, I was like, dude, okay. Leon, where you at? Because this is really ridiculous right now. We have 14 games left. They're 28-40. He has not made any changes except that's due to injury. Okay? He has not made any changes except it's due to injury. Well, tonight, I'm going to tell you something. He better win this game tonight. Portland is one of those games. Last time Anthony Simons went off, one of those games he was up 20 and lost. That was one of those games. I guess you could say that about everybody on the Knicks schedule. Go through the 40 losses. You're going to see a whole bunch of that. So anyway, he better win this game tonight. I don't want to hear it. He better win this game tonight. Like I said, I don't care if he start Mitchell Robinson at the point guard. He better win this game tonight. That's all I'm saying. Okay? I'm not saying, look, and again, I'm not saying if he doesn't win the game tonight, they need to fire him tonight. But if they did, I'd understand. Because he's got, we know Quentin is out. But that should have opened up more minutes for a guy like Deuce. You would think. Cam is out. Quentin is out. Rose is out. Of course, Nerlens is always out this year. He ain't hardly played. Kemba's no longer with the team. And you're 28-40. Seriously, I'm expecting a win today. I'm expecting a win. This ain't the Brooklyn Nets. They playing. This ain't the Phoenix Suns. They playing. Okay? This is not that. This ain't Philly. This is Portland. Coming across the country to New York. Playing 3-7 in their last 10. No Anthony Simons. No Damian Lillard. I don't want to hear some G League dude go off for 38 today. I'm not hearing that. All right? So they better win this game tonight. I'm expecting to enjoy a New York win tonight. Period. It's a must win on many levels. Must win because we have to beat somebody that we're supposed to beat, right? Even with the racked up rotation this fool is bringing out every night. We have to do that. I'm not trying to hear nothing else. So this is it right here. So anyway, yeah, this is not a long video today. I do have a lot of work to do, but period. They need to win today. Okay. This would be a good day to play Deuce McBride more than 20 minutes. It really would be a good day to do that. And I don't want to see no garbage time 2 minutes. Talking about you got to earn your minutes. This is driving me crazy. You see, I guess I'm having Fizdale flashbacks because remember he used to say that. And he had the same hypocrisy where people were working hard and he wasn't giving them minutes. And he was giving minutes to his favorite players. Not that they earned it. It was his favorite players. This is what this dude is doing, man. I think y'all understand. Thibodeau is not a development coach. He's not. He's a win now coach. One of the differences between a development coach and a win now coach has no patience to develop players. He just doesn't. Development coach will let the players play through their mistakes and just keep them out there and coach them up. And the only time you'll see a guy get cut out is if he's not working hard enough. Okay, which is not the case with any New York Knicks. And so that's the issue we have right here. And so again, from the video, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I mentioned to y'all, the Knicks management has to make a decision. What direction are you going? That's the first decision you got to make now. We've had 2 seasons of Thibodeau. We've had 2 seasons of Don Rose and them. Okay. So Leon got to make a decision. Him and the brain trust got to sit down and say, okay, what direction are we going? That's the first thing. They should have did that 2 years ago, but okay, you wasted 2 years trying to win now. You did. You wasted 2 years. When a team goes from 4th in the East to like 12th in the East, that's just showing you either the 4th was an anomaly or the 12th is an anomaly. But no, no. So, I think the 4th might have been an anomaly. Because why would I say that? Because, well, last year, if you recall, because of COVID, there were empty gyms. It was almost like scrimmaging, playing a game last year. And so it was different. The players were a little bit more relaxed. Teams were missing a lot of players oftentimes, and that happened this year, but now you're playing the full season. Okay, you're playing the full season. And teams got better and adjusted. See, I assumed that the Knicks were going to adjust and get better, but they didn't. Somebody mentioned yesterday, why you mentioned Noel Fournier as a mistake. All right, let's go through this laundry list. If they did not sign Evan Fournier, Quentin Grimes would have started earlier. If Quentin Grimes started from game 1 or 2 or 5, the defense would be that much better, even with Kemba Walker. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, you're paying Quentin Grimes, what, $1.5 million, $2 million? Okay? You're paying Evan Fournier $58 million. You'd still have that money. Okay? The defense would have been better. You'd have had a more consistent offensive threat. You'd have saved $58 million. Evan Fournier was a mistake. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying you put a veteran trying to replace Bullock when you should have either re-signed Bullock, gave him the 3 years guaranteed, or put Quentin Grimes in the starting line if you thought that highly of him. But you see, you can't do that when you got a win now coach. That was the pressure. And Leon, obviously, as we look back, 2020 is, in hindsight, 2020. We look back and we see Leon was trying to appease Tibbs. And Tibbs was still not happy because he didn't want Kemba. And from what I read, he called Steve Clifford about Fournier to get the okay because he wasn't sure about Fournier either. But he got the okay from Steve Clifford, and that's what caused him to be comfortable signing Fournier for win now. When he had Quentin Grimes on the bench. And even he, in his stubborn stupidity, had to admit at some point, listen, I got to play this kid. Right? I think it was the night Grimes came off and went either 5 or 6 3-pointers against Milwaukee. Oh, we got to play this kid. Dummy. Anyway, so those 2 were mistakes. Leon's got to fix that. This summer, he's got to fix that. Okay, now he's starting Alec Burks out of position ahead of a kid that's the best. One of the, really between Grimes, Deuce, and Mitchell Robinson, those are your 3 best defenders. We're getting hammered on defense. We're not playing good defense this year. People are focused on offense. I'm not saying Tibbs does have a dysfunctional offense, but championships start on defense. If you don't have a defense, offense don't matter. Ask Mike D'Antoni. He's the coach here. He ain't won a championship yet. And he's an offensive genius. You gotta focus first on the defense. And that's in every sport. Baseball, basketball, football. You want to start building a champion, you start on the defensive end. And then you go get you a quarterback. And you start building around him. You protect the quarterback, right, with the left tackle. And then you start building from there. But you start with defense. In basketball, it's very similar. You start with defense and you start with a point guard. Well, look at that. especially one that can defend. And I'm tired of some of y'all coming out talking about Deuce McBride, and y'all ain't look at film the first. You just looking at the 5-6 minutes he gets to play. You ain't seen him in West Virginia. You ain't watched him in Summer League. You ain't seen him in the G League. And you got something to say. Do some research first. Some of y'all cursory, man, like cursory fans, and try to come up with something like, he's not ready yet. Yeah? Oh, really? What made you Spoelstra? This kid, I watched him his freshman year, his sophomore year. I was monitoring him working out, and this kid could play. I mean, period. And defend, period. And he got offensive game. He's just getting frozen out by the grandson. It's obvious. I mean, if you know anything about basketball, you see they freezing him out. Okay? It's frustrating to watch. Especially in the 28-40 season. It's frustrating to watch. Okay? So anyway, they better win this game tonight. That's all I'm saying. Win this game. Okay? Period. I'm not trying to hear that. Okay? Y'all enjoy your Wednesday. Hump day. Be safe out there. We'll talk tomorrow after the game. The next player I'm going to look at on my draft board is Tari Eason. Yeah, that's the next guy I want to take a look at, Tari Eason. Some of y'all asking me to look at players that are either second rounders or late first. The Knicks are not going to be drafting that low. They got one second rounder of their own second, and they got a second rounder from Charlotte that probably will not convey because it's protected from 31 to 55. So they're going to have their own first and their own second. And the first, as you can see, is going to be in the lottery. So don't talk about players that are like 24, 25. I don't see any good players down there. This is a weak draft. This draft, and in a weak draft, the best part of this draft is the top of the draft. Last year was different. Like I said, you can go we got Jericho Sims at 58. That's just showing you how deep that draft was. Okay, it was very deep draft. This year ain't like that. So guys that are rated below, there is a reason for that. Of course, there's somebody that's going to surprise you because there's always a guy that's still in development and people don't count that. Yeah, and it's good to look at some of those guys, but most of these guys y'all suggesting ain't, nah. I'm not saying they're not playing good in college, but you got to look at their competition. And you got to compare it to the NBA. A lot of y'all don't do that. You just look at them in college. Oh, they're going to be great. You got to imagine them playing against a higher level of competition in the NBA. NBA is not college. Okay? It's the real deal. This is the league. And a lot of these guys could play in college, can't play in the league. Period. Sorry. Okay? But anyway, next guy we're going to look at is Tari Eason. And then we'll look at a couple of wing players, like your Johnny Davises, your AJ Griffins, those type of guys, who really, I don't really think we should draft, but that doesn't mean we're not going to. And that doesn't mean somebody on Knicks don't like them, but we're going to take a closer look at them as well. Okay. But in the meantime, again, enjoy your Wednesday. Shalom.